Good morning, second grade. It is cold in school today. Good thing you're not here. All right, we're looking at lesson 150, and it's pages 301 and 302. We're going to start out by doing our addition family, and we're going to jumping jack on the answer. So I'm going to put it here on the board so that I can do some jumping jacks and warm up with you. Remember, you should be able to say it without looking. Okay, so you should be able to say it without looking. All right, so go ahead and say it with me. We'll jumping jack on the answer. 0 plus 14 equals 14. 1 plus 13 equals 14. 2 plus 12 equals 14. Over here. 3 plus 11 equals 14. What's next, Ben? 4 plus 10 equals 14. 5 plus 9 equals 14. 6 plus 8 equals 14. 7 plus 7 equals 14. 8 plus 6 equals 14. 9 plus 5 equals 14. 10 plus 4 equals 14. 11 plus 3 equals 14. 12 plus 2 equals 14. 13 plus 1 equals 14. 14 plus 0 equals 14. Good. Now, I'm going to hold this. We're going to add on today. All right, we're going to add on 14 minus 8 equals 6. All right? So go ahead and do your head, shoulders, knees, so you can do each of the motions, right? 14 minus 0 equals 14. 14 minus 1 equals 13. 14 minus 2 equals 12. 14 minus 3 equals 11. 14 minus 4 equals 10. 14 minus 5 equals 9. 14 minus 6 equals 8. 14 minus 7 equals 7. 14 minus 8 equals 6. Now let's try to do it without looking. You should be able to. I'll try to show you the number that we're on. Ready? 14 minus 0 equals 14. 14 minus 1 equals 13. 14 minus 2 equals 12. 14 minus 3 equals 11. 14 minus 4 equals 10. 14 minus 5 equals 9. 14 minus 6 equals 8. 14 minus 7 equals 7. 14 minus 8 equals 6. Now remember, if you can't do that, you need to practice saying that over in your mind so that you can. All right, let's clap out counting by 4s to 48, and we'll hop. 4, 8, 10, 12, 14, 18, 21, 24. Oh, I totally did it wrong. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48. That was really bad. I made a mistake. Let's try it one more time, walking in place. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48. Good job. Now today we're going to continue to talk about new things. We're going to talk about rounding, but a different kind of rounding. But before we do that, I want you to look at our bowls here. Now I have some mixed numbers for you. Remember, a mixed number is a whole number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, any one of those numbers, and then a fraction. So here I have this mixed number, and you can see that I have some circled in completely, which stands for my first part of my mixed number, the whole part. So if you count out, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 3 circles that are complete. These are whole numbers, whole entire circles. Now my next circle is not whole. It's not all filled in. It has parts to it. This is our fraction part. So we count out our parts, even the colored ones. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 parts, and that is always the bottom of my fraction. And then how many parts did we color in, or do you see that are colored in? Right, you should see 1 part colored in. So my mixed number is 3 and 1/4. So this is one of my mixed numbers. Let's look at the next mixed number. I have how many parts colored in entirely? Just this one, good. Now the next one, as you see here, let me bring it a little closer to you. All right, if you look at this one, how many parts do you see here? Ben, how many parts do you see in this one? How many parts are there?
1, 2.
1. How many parts do you see in this circle, Ben? Count even the colored parts. Count up all the parts.
1, 4, 3, 2, 3.
I want you to stop guessing. Ben, how many is this?
3. I mean, Mom.
1. How many is this?
0.
No, this is a part. This is a part.
2.
And then this part is 3. So there are 3 parts. And then how many parts, Ben, are colored in? In this one.
1.
There is 1 part colored in. So my fraction or my mixed number is 1 and the fraction 1/3. 1 out of the 3 parts. Now here, we're going to look at fractions again, but this time I want to look at pieces of pie. All right, so we have pieces of pie. How many parts do you see here, Ben?
2.
2. So I'll do the fraction. Ben, come put the parts here. So 2. Nope, on the bottom. On the bottom. Okay. And then how much of the pie do you see, Ben?
1.
1. So this fraction is 1/2. Good. Now how about this part, Ben? How many parts are here?
4, 3.
Okay, so over here, Benjamin, over here. So right 3. So there are 3. Draw your line on top.
You said draw your line.
Like this on a fraction. All right, and then stand to the side. How many parts of the pie do you see? Can you stop?
Sorry.
How many parts of the pie do you see?
1.
So there is 1. 1 goes up here. Okay, so now we have our fraction, and stand to the side so they can see. We have our fraction, we'll go a little bit more. 1/2 and 1/3. Now let's look and see, compare, which one is bigger or has more. Does 1/2 have more? Is that more of the pie to eat?
Yeah.
Or does 1/3 have more?
1/2.
1/2. So I alligator chomp 1/2 because that has the bigger amount. Smaller number on the bottom, the more it is. All right, so let's look at our apples. So how many parts of the apple do you see, Ben?
3.
3. And how many are filled in?
1.
1. So we have 1/3 of the apple on this side. Good. And come over here on this side. How many parts are here?
4.
There are 4 parts. And how many are filled in?
1.
Okay, then stand to the side. And all right, now look which one has the most amount colored in.
1/3.
We would chomp 1/3. And again, the smaller the number, 3 is smaller than 4, so the amount will be bigger.
Okay.
All right, good. Now I have here,
A tissue box.
this is a shape. I'm going to ask Ben to find the perimeter. Now we talked about perimeter last week. What is the perimeter of this? The perimeter is, we said it.
Sides.
Good.
Sides.
The distance around an object. So Ben, go ahead. He's going to measure out from top to bottom. He's going to measure and see how long it is.
It's 4.5. What? 4.5.
Oh, it's
4.
4. All right, so it is 4. So I'm going to write 4 here. Good. Now he's going to measure out. Let's come a little bit closer. All right, so now he's going to measure out the top of the box. How long is it? Do it so they can see it. Okay, so let's see here. How long is it, Ben? Come over here and look.
9.
It is 9. So 9, go ahead and write 9. Okay, you wrote it sideways. I'll write it up and down so they can see it. Okay, good. All right, nice job. Now, so if I have some of the measurements, but I don't have all of the measurements, how can I figure out the perimeter for this? What do we know? This side is 4, so what will this side be?
5. 4.
It will be 4. It's the same amount because they're the same sides. If this side is 9, what will this bottom part be?
9.
It will be 9. And then if we go ahead and add them all up, what's 4 plus 9?
13.
13 plus 4 more.
21.
13 plus 4. Did you say 17?
17.
Now add 9 more to 17. What do you think?
26.
26. So the perimeter
I'm
of this
smart.
object is
Yeah.
26. Good job, all of you. Now today, go ahead and have a seat. All right, Ben's gonna have a seat. Now today we're gonna talk about rounding. We've talked about rounding before, but this time we're rounding dollars. Now when we round dollars, just like when we round our tens, there's no zero. There's no zero, there's a zero in the ones place. So for rounding dollars, there's no change. So I have some amounts here. Some of them have change, some of them do not have change. I'm going to ask Ben to come and point to the ones that do not have change, and I'm going to circle them. Okay, which ones do not have change that you see? There's no change.
Oh.
Which one? All right, because there's no change here. $4 is, there's no change. Okay, so that's just a rounded amount. Just leave it. How about, are there any others? Ben, are there any others? It's okay. It's okay. Look carefully. Do you see some? I see.
Hiya. Hiya.
Which
Hiya.
one?
Hiya.
Ben, which one has no change?
Ding, ding, ding.
You think this one?
Yeah.
Class, is he correct? He is not,
Ding,
because
ding, ding.
because there is change. There's money here. Should there be any money in a rounded amount, Ben? No. What other dollar bill do you see that has something like this?
Hiya.
This one here?
Yes.
All right, so this is my other rounded amount. So $4 is rounded and $10 is rounded because they do not have change in them. Now this has change, that's not rounded. This has change, that's not rounded. Now we will, in the next couple weeks, we'll be talking about how we actually round. And it's almost the same as the way we round now, it's just using change. 0 to 49, 50 to 99. But we'll talk about that another day. Now the last thing that I want to talk to you about, then you can go. I want to talk to you about, to look at your rounded numbers for number 2, 68. Okay, remember 68 you would find in between 60 and 70. And then your rule for 68, the 8 is in the ones place. Where would we find 8? Rounding down or rounding up? You should have chosen 5 to 9, rounding up. So instead of 60, we're going to choose 70. 68 is the closest to 70. 69, 70, it's 2 away. The other 3 you can do on your own. If you need help, go ahead and FaceTime me, or you can Marco Polo me and I'll help you with that. The next thing that I want to look at is on the, number 4. Now they're asking for you to be able to use 3 digits to make a multiplication problem. And this is new for you, so let me just go ahead and show it to you. So we have our board here. They used 2, 4, and 8. And they want you to make a number with it. So the first thing you'll do is you'll make your multiplication problem. 2 times 4 equals 8, okay? Then you'll do your twin. 4 times 2 equals 8, okay? Just like when we do our addition problems, 2 plus 4 equals 6, 4 plus 2 equals 6, and when we make it the minus, it's 6 minus 4, 6 minus 2. For this, you're gonna do your answer first, which would be your division. 8 divided by 4 equal 2, and then 8 divided by 2 equals 4, okay? So that would be something new that we haven't talked about that you can do. We just have never done that before. Now the last part that I want to go over is your section for number 1A on the back side, 302. Mark in the amount $12.50. $12.50. B, 13,009. 13,009. C, 22,600. 22,600. And then D, write the mixed number 5 1/2. 5 1/2. And then go to section 2. This is where we just talked about coloring in your rounded amounts. So which one of those bison are rounded? Remember, there's no change. It should be 0, 0 in the change part. So you should have chosen the ones that have the zeros. $7 and what was the other one? $53. Good job. I hope this was helpful for you today, and I will see you tomorrow.